I'm back for another video, and today I'm going to be showing you a different way of learning, and you guys can try it out as well. It's fun and you can play with your family, so have a try. So let's get on with the register and start the whole thing. This is like a school or something. I am the teacher, and yeah, let's just pop into it. Okay. SB, good morning.
Good morning.
RB, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so now we've done that, guys, we're gonna go to the books and pick one. So guys, I chose a book and it's this one that says Logic and Data, the green one. So we're gonna pick it out. Make sure to tidy the things. If you're not neat and tidy, then things can get ruined and you can't find things and things can go lost. So let's just pop these over here. And we're gonna open to page 1. Okay, this one says for grown-ups, and let's just read it. So this book is about computational thinking, which is the set of skills needed to describe a problem in a simple way for a computer to solve. To do this involves spotting patterns, logical thinking, breaking down big problems into smaller ones, and organizing data, which is information in brackets. Okay guys, now we're going to go to the contents, and this book covers the following topics. But these we don't need to read them because they're obviously going to come in the book, so for the headings. Spot details is good practice for computer work. That is good. So guys, I have a whiteboard. I do. Just that instead of a whiteboard, I'm using like a chart and the back of a chart acting like a whiteboard. You can use your imagination, guys. Use your brain. Whatever you got, use it. A paper pen would also work, and that's great. I'm just going to go and get a coloured marker and come right back. Look at this number grid and search for this number sequence 43512. So we're looking for the numbers 43512. If you guys have found it, put it in the comments below and I'll look for it. We're gonna look all around to find it. Okay, so 5. Oh, spotted it. So just to put a ring around it and go to the next page. You can do this with your parents. It's really fun, trust me. Okay. So, computers follow instructions. That's the first headline. Computers are predictable if you give them the same inputs and instructions. They will always give you the same outputs. Here the input is a silly name and the computer is told to say hello. So the silly name is Sausage, and he's told to say hello. And the name is Sausage, so he says, hello, Sausage. Even if you make silly suggestions, a computer will always follow what you've asked it to do. So it says here, write a silly name here as an input. What would the output be? So as they said, the input is Sausage for the silly name they put. The output is hello and the silly name as they put Sausage. So the silly name for mine would be paper. So let's write paper. So paper. Okay, now it's going to say hello, paper. So we finished the text. Now we're going to go back into the text and underline the words that are bold. So first one is predictable. Second one is inputs. Instructions, the third one. Fourth one, outputs. Last but not least, input. Input and inputs are the same thing, just that inputs is plural. So, okay, now we're going to write the words that I underlined. So, predict is the first one I underlined. Second one is inputs. Third one is instructions. Fourth one is outputs, and fifth one is input. So all these words have a meaning. So start with predict. Predict is the root word of predictable. And able means that you can do it. Able is the word that we call a suffix. So speaking of all of that, okay, so now I'm going to draw the brain. You guys will be wondering why the brain. Well, in fact, the brain controls your body, which is true, and the brain makes you think as well. So like predict your thinking, which I told you before. And so if the brain makes you think, then you're able to predict. What about if you couldn't think? What about if you couldn't predict? All these questions have an answer. So move to that one. So, by predicting, you'll be saying, I'm going to predict the answer. So, by saying that, you're basically thinking. And when you're thinking, you're not just thinking like, all right, I've got to do that, I'll do that, then I'll do that. When you think, you have lots of ideas in your mind, and then the ideas that you think that you don't need, you put them to one side, and the ideas that you think that you need, you put them to another side until you get to your prediction that you want to get to. If you couldn't think, so if you couldn't think, you'll go like, I don't know. You'll never know what you're gonna do. So back to the words, we're going to go on to inputs now. Okay, now the word inputs, as I explained before, is the plural of input. So we're basically doing both of them, inputs and input. So inputs is where you have a name. For example, it's not always a name. It can be a name, it can be anything else. It can't be anything and everything. So the name would be, say, mouse. Mouse is the input, but that's not the plural. We want the plural for input, which is inputs. So move on to that. You got lots of inputs. So input there, input there, input there. And they all are chained and combined. So just put the chains on. When they're chained and combined, they go to a section which is obviously called the input. And let's have the name instead paper, which is a silly name, and you won't usually hear this name, this word as name. So we got the inputs and the input. Now, for the inputs to work, we want them to go all the way in a long journey, very snippy and quick, to the laptop or computer, whatever you're using. It has to be like a phone or something like that. It can't be a game console. Some people are crazy using game consoles and doing that. So now we got the inputs as paper and mouse. So the inputs would be paper and the output would be mouse. So they get sent to the laptop or console or whatever very quick. And how do they travel? They travel by microchips and that. They use electronics to move really quick, and that's how they get to the laptop. And then the output comes in. But we're going to do the output later. So okay, so the word is instructions, which is next. Now, instructions, some of you will know this, but I'm just going to explain because there are going to be other bits and parts to this. So the word instructions means orders, to give someone orders. It can't be just an order, someone giving another person an order. It can be a computer or a laptop or a phone or a tablet being programmed, which is a word for another word for instructions and orders and programming. So yeah, and to give laptops and things like that instructions, you'll need to do a specific thing. Some things have touch screens and some have keyboards, like laptops and computers. Now, to give a object that has electronics to work, to give it instructions, you have to do one thing. Look, think. Look, think, and do. This is what I call the LTD. That's the one thing that you have to do. Use the LTD. Look, think, and do. Now, I use the LTD because the LTD makes me go onto a phone or tablet. I'll use a phone for this example. I use the LTD for searching things and typing in bars. So when you have spacebar on that here, I have to look at what I'm going to press. I have to think on what I want to write and press, and I have to do it. It's not just do it by yourself. One person playing at a party would be sad. But a few people playing parties would be fun. It won't be sad, it'll be happy because you're doing the LTD, look, think and do. You won't even be noticing it. Sometimes you'll go like, oh, I've seen a bird. You're basically using your brain and giving your brain orders to speak. That's your mouth sending a message to your brain to make your body work. Now, how many times do we blink? We don't know. We don't know anything on how many times we've done that we haven't noticed. So that's an instruction that my brain said to me to tell you guys about. So the LTD is a good thing to use for instructions. So try the LTD out. It might work, it might not. If it doesn't work, try your own word. So yeah, now we're gonna go on to the word output. Okay, now we're on the word outputs. I'm gonna change colours because I used the red a few times. Let's go green. Now, outputs. We had inputs. Now we're gonna go to outputs. Now the outputs are basically I have another thing extra added on. So when you have another thing extra added on, makes it different and unique. Now for the input, we're gonna, in this case, we're gonna put in paper again. Alright, you can pick whatever you want. For the output, we're gonna have hello. Now, hello is the extra word added on. Now, the extra word obviously changes things to different. So, in this case, we're gonna have hello, then plus paper, the name. Now, how do outputs work? Well, as I said, electronics and data and that. They send the information to the screen and the whole thing that you're using. It doesn't matter what you use, it just matters that you have an input and output. If you never had an input and output, nothing will work. Say you had a laptop, no inputs, no outputs, doesn't work. But you don't want this, You want an input and an output. Now, I'm going to change colours for a reason. I'm going to turn to black. Now, I changed to the colour black because there's usually a screen that comes up, yeah? The screen sometimes has like little scribbles of words and that, and logic and data and things. Has like little percentages, numbers and that. That's basically the input and the output working together. It's just like, say you and your friend, whoever, were working together in a shop, yeah? And if you never had each other, then the shop wouldn't have worked. If you never had anyone and you had yourself alone, nothing would work. Exactly like an input and output. They work together, work. They don't work together, not work. Inputs and outputs can be parts of a laptop or something, and not a part. They could be an inside part. So that's what an output is, and why they work together, and how to make things work so they can live, work. And that's it for today. I'm gonna be making another video on finishing the whole things, including the other 3 books that I put away. And yeah. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment down below where you found it. That's great, and I'll be checking them. And we'll continue these videos next time. Bye, see you.